morning and welcome back to it, guys. The Now Morning Show continues, and we told you about it before, but this morning we finally get the details as the Ministry of Health is hosting Oasis Art Therapy exhibits today and tomorrow at the Ministry of Health's headquarters. And joining me via Zoom to give me some insight is Miss Shari La Shae, one of the artists participating in the exhibition, and Dr. Diana Narinesingh, the Specialist Medical Officer of the Pembroke Street Mental Health and Wellness Center. Ladies, good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm immediately going to start with you, Dr. Narinesingh, because in the case of art being used to help or navigate mental health, there must be some sort of strategy and a good bit of thought placed behind it. So could you give us some insight on how this exhibition came to be?
Right. So the idea for the art exhibition actually was born out of the COVID-19 pandemic. So during the pandemic, we saw a lot of about 25% increase in depression and anxiety. And we saw that because of isolation and because of clients being fed up of being on Zoom all day, they needed to find solace. And I think as well, because of the explosion worldwide of self-caring techniques, a lot of patients started to engage formally in art as a self-soothing tool. So we started to see clients coming to the clinic talking about how they were coping. And a lot of it was art. And art, not necessarily in the form of painting, but we saw jewelry making, we saw fashion, people started to bake. I know everybody baked during the pandemic, which is all part of an art form, music as well. So through that, this year, coming out of the pandemic, we decided for World Mental Health Day that we would showcase the beautiful pieces that our clients would have done in honor of mental health and mental health awareness.
This sounds fantastic. What you're describing is a little surprising, though, which makes me wonder, Shari, is it that you are an artist first, a patient as well? Because your work will be exhibited as well. Tell me a little bit as to your involvement, what role you played there.
I think I would say that I play both. I am an artist and a patient as well.
Okay. Tell me about the art that you will be exhibiting, because I understand this is not new to you. It's something you've been doing for some time. And as the good doctor said, the art expression is a form of self-care. So you must be able to identify with the theme relatively easily.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, my art is what everyone would consider abstract, but most of it stems from the way that I feel. So even though it looks abstract, it's all about what's been going on in my head and how I've been feeling. So you would find that a lot of the titles and the descriptions express things that I go through and how I've used the art to express that.
Sounds good. I am very excited to see what those expressions look like. And in terms of the actual exhibition, Dr. Narinesingh, could you remind us, in terms of the 2 days, this weekend that is, some of the artists that we're going to be seeing in addition to Shari, that is?
So we have over 12 artists who will be displaying their artwork at the exhibition. So we have, so we usually call them by first name. Sometimes we have Naomi, we have Shari, we have some pieces from St. Jude's, Home for the Girls. We have Kabir. We have so many more. So we have a display of over 12 to 15 artists. We have over 100 paintings, beautiful paintings that will absolutely stun you. So those will be displayed over the next 2 days at the Ministry of Health headquarters.
And Doctor, you mentioned that there are some artisans as well, jewelry making and those sorts of things were mentioned. Will they be included in this exhibition as well?
Well, no, not in this exhibition, maybe in the future, but because we had such an overwhelming response in terms of painting, but in different media. So we do have photography, we do have paintings done in different styles. Shari could tell you a little bit more about these styles. We have a wide display. So we're focusing here on paintings and photography.
So, Shari, I'm going to hop back across to you because one thing you didn't confirm for me was the medium that you preferred. You did say it's abstract, but tell me what we're looking at.
Well, painting. I most definitely always paint. I use acrylics, so abstract acrylics.
Now, Dr. Narinesingh mentioned perhaps future exhibitions, including other forms of art. Before I let you go, because I do want to get back to the show itself a little bit more, Shari, tell me what is in the future for you, apart from this exhibition, because it's not your first and certainly not your last. What else do we have in the makings for you? As you mentioned, this is one of your main gigs?
Yeah. I also do photography and videography. I think I've met you on a job.
Yeah, I think so too. I wish I remember. So that we will see some more work from me elsewhere, perhaps.
Yes, I really want to. One of my main goals for next year is to have a solo show at one of the local galleries. So hopefully that works out.
I hope so too. I want to ask though, in terms of going back to what Dr. Narinesingh said, the contributions or the ways of expressing yourself and navigating the stresses of the pandemic, depression and things of that sort. Could you give us a little bit of a description as to how art helps you do that, Shari?
Well, as Dr. Narinesingh said, the pandemic it amplified everything, especially for those who experience negative mental symptoms. And that definitely happened to me. So my art creating multiplied by 100. And it really helped me to just deal with everything that was going on, because beyond the pandemic, so many emotional things were going on. People were losing their lives and, family life. There was a lot going on, but art has really helped me to process all of that. It gives me a place where I can escape, but in a healthy way. So I would put on some music and just get what I feel into something tangible on a canvas. So that has really helped me to just cope and grow and learn more about myself, if that makes sense.
It sounds beautiful and it looks beautiful from some of the visuals that they shared in between this interview. Dr. Narinesingh, I must ask then, with the persons who will be exhibited with patients of the clinic and overall throughout the country, as I'm sure you have access to the statistics, can you describe to us what the hope is that these sorts of exhibitions achieve?
So these exhibitions, which we will have much more in the future, we are aiming in a different way to destigmatize and demystify all the myths around mental health. For far too long, mental health has been barred as something evil and something negative, and seeking care for mental health conditions has been very tabooed in Trinidad and Tobago. But I think and I hope with increasing awareness, mental health awareness, understanding that mental health conditions are common. Many of us suffer from mental health conditions, and we think that that is how we are supposed to live, and we think that that is life. But really and truly, we hope that the younger generations and even the older generations can come to appreciate that seeking help and discussions about mental health is absolutely normal. And so these exhibitions, as I said, we really want to break the stigma after all these years and get the care and move Trinidad and Tobago forward where it should be. And it all really starts with mental health and mental health in the home and in primary schools and starting from very young, right? So this would be our aim, and to realize that mental health, when you come to seek help, it's not just medication, but you can get art therapy, you can get exercise therapy. We have psychologists, music therapy. There is actually dance therapy. So all of these things should be integrated into our daily lives in terms of this is really what we want. We want to improve the mental health of all our citizens in Trinidad and Tobago.
Beautifully done. And in that case, let me wish you early congratulations on that endeavor and say thank you very much for taking the initiative, making sure that we have the opportunity to do exactly that. And best of luck to tomorrow and, well, for this weekend, as this exhibition should be beautiful. Thank you, ladies, for joining us here on the Now Morning Show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So guys, we are headed to the Ministry of Health's headquarters to get a part of that Oasis and make sure our mental health is stimulated with art. But for now, we continue on the Now Morning Show with even more. Come back after the break.